Yeah.
Yeah, are you gonna rip it off and just? Just real people, real convo. I'm Peter Bailey, and after my sit-down with Wale, I left Miami and headed to Los Angeles, and ventured to Beverly Hills for the ASCAP Awards, where the music industry's best and brightest was celebrated for crafting melodic prose for the soul. Among them was Elle Varner of Refill fame. The Grammy-nominated songstress invited me to share a nightcap in the studio, where we discussed her sound and the innocence which inspires it. Elle, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Thank you for letting me invade your space, invade your studio space.
No problem.
From the time I got in from Miami to LA, Elle Varner. Last night at the ASCAP Awards, your song Refill won. The crowd, it was very organic energy. What was that feeling coming from where you began to, I think you said once you worked in a coat, right?
Yeah,
Once?
I worked in a coat check.
Wow.
It was a crazy experience because having been in that room quite a few times now over the past 2-3 years, for me to now be the one on stage performing in front of Usher and you know, all the people that were there last night in the industry, it was a great moment for me.
You know, when I think of you, Elle, I think of something that we missed through the odyssey of music. That child, that playfulness, that innocent soul. Why is that very important to you to be that artist that's just relatable and open and vulnerable in a sense?
A friend of mine once called me the queen of vulnerability, and he just said, "Please don't ever lose that." It's just I feel like we are still the same kid that we were, no matter how old we get. We can just layer it with other stuff, but that kid is always there. And that part of me that's just like, I want to tell you everything that happened today, and I just want to talk about it, and that's how I am.
Elle, last night at the show, what I just saw this yearning for your next offering. Because just being around you in the studio, you have an energy, it rubs off, you just make me feel good. This next album, are there collaborations, or when it just focus on Elle? Odyssey?
At the moment, there aren't, and I'm still working on it. And the first single is being wrapped up right now, but we'll see if it happens, if it's natural. You know, the J. Cole collaboration on the last album was really a natural thing. We knew each other. And
is there artists you want to work with at all?
hell yeah. I mean,
your wishful thinking.
Andre 3000 is my dream collaborator, especially on a song in particular. And if you're watching, but yeah, I'm focused on telling my story of where I'm at right now. And the music is just so crazy. It's because it's Perfectly Imperfect had so much range, you know. I have a ballad, and I have this song that's just guitar and vocal. I've got the refill with the fiddle. You had a lot of different things, and that's great. This album is a little bit more production-wise in the same vein. You got a lot of trap beats, but yeah, trap beats.
Trap beats.
Trap jazz is one of the genres I've created out of making this album. Now we're talking about trap Motown because it's just happening that way. That's how I sing, and that's how I write. But the beats are crazy, and
you're more liberated with this.
Much more liberated. I am so proud of this album. Like it's going to be a problem.
We don't have a title yet, though.
The working title right now is pretty interesting because it's so
give it to us.
You know when there's like a curse word spelt typed out and you'll see 4 symbols like at, exclamation, greater than, hashtag. So that's the title of my album. with an asterisk at the end, and then underneath it, there's an asterisk that says 4-letter word. So it could be L, it could be damn, it could be dope, it could be soul, it could be love. There's so many.
It's the many moods of us. I mean,
yeah, 4-letter words. And then I just had this idea, it just hit me. I was like, you could hide 4-letter words in the album packaging and have some kind of contest. You could put a word search with 4-letter words. So that pretty much embodies the album and where I'm at as an artist. It's like kind of, you can't put a actual one word on it, and it's open to interpretation.
So, as an artist that's infusing soul in your music so much, do you think we've missed soul a little bit?
I think there's always something there. It may not be the most popular thing. So I think there's definitely a lot of great soul artists, soulful artists out there. And I think they're starting to get a little bit more shine now. But yeah, it's something that needs to come back, a realness in music.
We spoke earlier, and I think I hear Billie Holiday and these older influences in your music. Am I on target with that at all?
I appreciate the reference, absolutely. That's just, I was lucky to have a mom that played Billie Holiday and Sarah Vaughan and Nina Simone growing up, and that's how I learned to sing.
As a woman, as a female artist, in a climate now where sexuality is so pushed and imposed upon us, I come back to that innocence, and you wear that innocence in a way as your marketability. Is that gonna change? I mean, yeah, are you gonna rip it off and just?
I would say that. Well, first of all, no, that's not.
Of course not. Of course
I
not.
don't think. No.
We can't let that happen.
No, it's not necessary for me. There's definitely, I'm a free spirit. I might even be an exhibitionist.
What's your sign?
Aquarius.
Okay.
But I don't think that's part of my. That's just not my thing, you know. I seem to have found a way to express a more sexualized thing. Basically, like, I still have songs. I have songs that women can sing and not feel like, oh my God, did I just say that? But it's things that happen and things that we go through and things that we want to talk about, and I just am finding my way of writing that into songs. And it's a graduation from Perfectly Imperfect. Was that unsure college girl
at the bar?
Yeah, like, oh my God, I don't want to say anything. I don't want to talk. Now I'm over that phase. Now I'm like, all right, you're here now. You're navigating through it, and it's a different sentiment.
And speaking about different sentiment, every time I'm fascinated with soul singers, because of ballads of love, I always think sometimes when you guys fall in love, you guys make the best music when you're looking forward. That's the inspiration behind it. You know, we don't have to touch upon it, but you're dating someone right now. Does the
We don't have to talk about it, but
of course, we're having a real conversation. Does that experience, that refill song is that girl looking for something. Now you've kind of found that something. How will that affect the music?
Well, it's great because there's a song for everything, and some people say, oh man, you're not gonna have anything to write about if everything's all good. And funny enough, I have a song that I just wrote called A Good Man, and you don't hear a lot of females talking about why.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, it's something that girls need to hear, because we can sit around all day and we can be so detrimental
The no
to
good
our
brother.
relationship.
No, yeah.
Girl, and I think he's da-da-da-da-da, and we'll sit up there and do that. But you do have guys out there that are good, and just leave it at that. So it's a great song. And
was it inspired by him? A little bit?
I don't know. I mean, just the idea of a good man. Hey, it's very universal.
And finally, what is a good man? What is a good man? What embodies a good man?
A good man knows who he is and is respectful and supportive and not, what's that word? Like jealous.
Controlling.
Controlling. Oh my gosh, it's controlling you. Get out!
I cannot see you being controlled.
You cannot control this one right here. However, I will say, I definitely go for the alpha male. Like, I need someone that's gonna be like, look, you need to sit down and just take a chill.
Yeah.
Be like, this is where we're going. I do like that, because otherwise I'll be running the show, and that's not.
No, it's not at all. Elle, pleasure speaking to you.
Thank
Good luck with
you.
everything.